I'm Ezzy and I am 21 weeks pregnant. I have been making a scrapbook for my little one. I will be sharing my scrapbook with you. Obviously it hasn't finished yet. I only want to show it because I love it, and also I want to have more ideas because I kind of run out of some. So I'll kind of share if my chair is good enough there, much better. So I called it Our Baby because I didn't know the gender, obviously, and I didn't want to write typical I am pregnant or baby on board. Oh, I don't know, I just wanted to write Our Baby. So, and then I got a little ultrasound picture of the baby and stuck it up here. That's the 13-week scan, although he's lying on his side like this. I'm not sure if you can see it. So that's him. Oh! I said the gender. Yes, it will be a boy. So, and then I stuck all these bits and bobs. So that's the front page, although I'm not that 100% happy with the front page. I might add some more bits later on. That's the first page of the book, which I stuck some glitters, and I found this 2L in one of the scrapbooks and cut around it and stuck them on. So it says, let's make a baby, and that's, don't know if I can turn this around, yes. So it says, oh my god. Now I don't know how much it's focusing, so if I do look behind, I'm only looking to check if you can see it properly. What I did was, by the way, I cut them all by myself, all myself, and coloured them in like that. I then found that on Google and just printed it off and cut it around. So that says 29th of June 2015, which was the day we decided we wanted to make a baby. We thought that it might take some time, so we thought that we can try and maybe we can be successful around August, September times. However, so we tried, and on the 13th of July, so that's about, I think, roughly 2 weeks after the day we started, I started having very, very early symptoms. Now, when I had my early symptoms, I then went on YouTube and started to search and find out the very, very, very early symptoms of early pregnancy. And there wasn't such early symptoms. There were typical symptoms such as feeling sick, headache, sore breast, and what else was the other one? I think that was roughly it, the early signs. And cramps. So I wasn't quite sure because I usually have them during my 28-day cycle anyway. So I didn't know whether it was whether I was due or whether it was the baby. However, I started to smell things very quick. The smell was lightened for me. My candle, which is on that side of the bed, I've had that for like literally probably two years maybe, and I've never smelt it. And on that day it smelled so good. I wanted to eat it. So that was very weird for me because I'd never smelt something that strong. And then I started having very lower back pains, which was really aching, alongside cramps. So I kind of got happy, but I didn't want to get too happy just in case it wasn't the baby. But I was very impatient, and I did go to buy a home pregnancy test to try it out, although obviously it was a negative. There. So, oh my god, hint, hint, hint. So the symptoms, very painful lower back pains that wouldn't go away, become very sensitive to smell, and started to eat so much. Although I do eat quite a lot. Candles smelled so tasty. So I've put like a little place where you can put your finger in, and I've put some of the candle bits in there so that you can smell. So that's that page. And then it says, it's a big fat positive. Surprise! Made it like this. I've again stuck some bits and bobs. There, 20th of July, the magical day. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm pregnant. I knew I felt different, but never actually thought I will be pregnant this soon. What do you do now? I'm so excited, very excited. So that's a BFP1, which the lines on it was very fade. Very, very fade lines, which got me jumped up, but wasn't sure again. So an hour later I had to go and buy another one with my cousin to check again, and the line had become even stronger. Not sure if you could see it, so took a photo of them too. And then I text my friend. I said, oh my god, I think I'm pregnant. And then I print screened the message to stick it in my book with a butterfly. So text Narin, that's her name. And yes, you already started having millions of questions in your mind. And that's a cutie little part. I'm getting tired holding this book. So, preparing to tell my hubby I'm pregnant. I had something in mind already, but it had taken, if I was to do that, it was going to take a long time for me to prepare. And I was very impatient to tell him because I was so nervous. I wanted to tell him straight away, but I didn't want to do that on the phone, and he was working, so I wanted to plan something. I wanted to do something to surprise him. So what I did was I organised 3 small boxes and wrote I love you on each box, and each box had something else wrapped up inside. So the first one was headphones, only because he was working and he couldn't be on his phone, so I wanted to get him headphones so that we could speak, and it was quite cheap. In the second box there was sweeties, and he loves sweeties. He can eat sweets every day, any time of the day. And in the box U, I had the baby hat, which you'll see in the next page, and I had the test, which told me that I was pregnant. So that's that page. Not sure, and I've just written down what exactly I said. And there he is. Oh, there he is. So I've stuck something that says let the good times roll. 2 hearts with his pictures that I took from GoPro, which wasn't that clear. He's opening the box, checked the hat, and had this very awkward, funny smile with his eyes wide open like this. It was so funny. And that's him and me holding the hat, baby hat. There it is, the baby hat that I made him. It says, "Daddy, I will meet you in 9 months." Again, you can put your hand in or whatever. And what Daddy thought. So I got my husband to write a little paragraph on what he thought and what he felt that day. Because it's always nice to add what the daddy thinks too. Sometimes the mums just go on and on and on about a scrapbook without having anything from the dad. And I think it's nice to add a little piece or bit from what Dad thinks. And then it was time to tell my mummy, which again I wanted to surprise her, so I put the 2 tests that I did in a box and I said that I have a gift for you. So she sat in the car, looked at the test, and she's in her times in Turkey there was no such thing as pregnancy tests. So, or maybe she just never heard of any because she was living in a village. So she looked at the test and she said, "What's this?" And I said, oh, my cousin said, "Well, this is a pregnancy test and that shows that Iski's pregnant." So my mum just like laughed and said, "Iski, she's not pregnant." No, she wasn't thinking of having a child yet. But I was. That's her, very surprised. There, now that page is very funny. It says, "Smile, smile, smile, smile. Everybody in the family would not believe that I'm pregnant, so I had to prove." That night, which was 4 days before my AF, and I did the test because I knew something was up with me and I knew that I was pregnant somehow. Nobody believed me. My mum wanted me to do a blood test. She said, "Oh, I won't believe those home tests, you need to do a blood test." My husband was just so excited that he just didn't, he had that thought of me joking around with him. So I then went and brought the clear blue pregnancy test that shows how many weeks you are, which said 1 to 2 weeks. And that was exactly on the same day, which was Monday the 20th of July. And I've just written 4 days before my AF. Everybody just couldn't stop smiling when they saw this. And that's my 4 weeks of pregnancy. So that's the first day that I found out that I was pregnant. I took a side profile picture on my phone, which wasn't good, and started writing weight, how I feel, my emotions and my symptoms. That's it. As you can see, my crafting is a little, I don't know how I've done it. Maybe you could comment on it and tell me how it looks. So that's the first time I found out that I was pregnant. I started to think about healthy eating. Now I'm a sweet lover. I love sweets, I love chocolates, I love crisps, I love any kind of sweetie stuff. So I had to think about being healthy, started to think about how many fruits I had to eat, what kind of fruits help the baby develop, drinking milk, making sure it's organic, taking vitamins. That was the first thing I did. I went to the shop and I bought myself some vitamins. So had to remember to take those vitamins every day. If you are a coffee lover, if you're a coffee lover, you need to cut that down to 200 milligrams a day, which is roughly about 2 cups of homemade coffee, or two homemade coffees a day. I try to have 1 a day, and I try to have 1 coffee a day and 1 tea a day. So that kind of balances it out. If you're a smoker, you need to cut that down. Now I was a smoker, although I wasn't smoking too much, but I was smoking. So I had to cut that down. Couldn't stop, couldn't quit on that day, but I had to cut it down. And that's my 5th week. So what I did in the 5th week, it's all about going to the GP, which is a general practitioner, going to see my doctor, telling them that I'm pregnant. So the doctor sent me for a blood test, asked me if I was happy with the pregnancy, and booked my 12-week scan. So 5 weeks was just about hospitals, check-in, blood tests, although I didn't do my blood test until I was 13 weeks because I'm a bit scared of blood tests. Symptoms, so what I felt, 5 weeks of pregnancy, really, some people don't even realise they're pregnant until they're about 7-8 weeks. But like I said, I kind of felt things very soon. Some people might just feel them very soon. I've again stuck some butterflies, a picture of me making a blanket at 5 weeks. I'm not sure if I would do that if I was to have another baby. I think that's very soon to start thinking about clothes and making stuff. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I was just so excited. It's my first baby. So how I felt, I feel so tired. I want to sleep all the time. I want to eat the world. I eat like 10 times a day. Cramps, very bad cramps. I had very bad cramps for about the first 2 months of my pregnancy. Now they were really, really bad where it kind of scared me. Hey! Now, I've jumped from 5th week to 8 weeks, only because there wasn't really much to note down. I have taken my photos, I just need to get them developed, so I'm planning to put my photo here. I have a ladybird, a butterfly, only because I saw the red and white dots. Again, I've written down my weight, my emotions, my hormones have really been playing around. I have had sore breast, heavy body and full mind. Just written down, dropped down some notes of what had happened that week, how I feel, what I've been eating, tummy troubles. I've cut down on the rubbish sweets. So that's my 8 weeks of what I've done. In my scrapbook I've tried to use different colour theme on each week, and you'll come across that. So that's my pretty red 8 weeks. That's my 9 weeks. That's Monday the 24th of August. I try to write down the date at the bottom so I can also remember, and also on each week I've printed out a little picture of what fruit the baby, what size of a fruit the baby is. So at 9 weeks the baby was the size of an olive, a green olive. So green olive. As you've realised, I hadn't realised back then, but I've also chosen a theme which matches the green olive. That week it was just mainly about the gender debate, so I had everybody in the family that said it would be a girl, 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 girl. My brother, I have 2 younger brothers who both got into a debate. One said it would be a boy, the other said it would be a girl, so they both got into a bet for a pair of Prada shoes and a baby outfit. So again, I've written down my mood, what I felt. And that day something really good happened because I quit smoking on this day. So it's good news, I have stopped smoking, I feel happy. So that was the best thing I've done. Went into my 12th week, so yay, 12 weeks. So I said, hooray, we've made it to third month. So I've kind of went all crazy with 12 months, and I've kind of put all these bits, flowers, little bits and bobs. And also that week I started to do some old wives' tales. I did about 10, although there's about, I think, 20 to 25 old wives' tales, so you can do all of them if you want, but I kind of got bored of doing them because most of them come out to be all girls, and I knew that I was carrying a boy from day one. Now, you say day one, you probably think I'm crazy, but I saw a dream of me holding a little boy, which kind of made me think that it might be a boy, but I truly and strongly thought I was carrying a boy. And when I did tell this to my friends and family, they would say, oh, maybe it might be the opposite, so you might be having a baby girl, or just don't think too much. But yeah, so I did the, do you have morning sickness? No, I didn't. Does your skin feel dry or soft? My skin is always dry, so it was dry again. Which side of the bed do you sleep on? I sleep on the right, although I used to sleep on the left before, but after I fell pregnant, I always started sleeping on the right, which says it's a girl. Have you been clumsy or graceful? I've been very clumsy, very, very, very clumsy. Are you craving salty or sweets? What do you think? Which was a girl. Have you been pleasant or moody? Moody. The first 3 months, oh my god, crying, 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 always moody, always arguing, just emotional all the time. While pregnant, did Serhat, which is my husband, maintain or gain weight? He gained weight, and he still is. He likes eating too, which is a girl. Wedding ring, gender test. So if it went back and forth, it will show it was a boy. If it went in circle, it's a girl. My one went in circle. 9, Chinese gender prediction, it was a boy. Key test, where somebody had to throw a key at you, and if you picked the key at the top, it would mean it's a boy, and if you picked it from the bottom side, I can show you. So if you picked it from that side, the top side, it would mean it's a boy, but if you picked it from the middle, then it would mean it's a girl. And I picked it from the middle. So, according to Old Wives' Tales, I'll be having a girl, because I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 10 was boys, 6 out of 10 was a girl. So, that actually proves that Old Wives' Tales are just tales. 13 weeks. Best day ever, because it was the day I met my baby. Harry's again, just lying down, that's his head. So I did all the nub tests, nub theory and the skull theory. I was just getting really confused and really winded up with all these gender prediction things, so I had to stop. That's the ticket for my blood test. I eventually had to get it done, and I think they took about 4 to 5 tubes of blood that day. So that's that. He's the size of a peach at 13 weeks. Just talking about how he's made it, really, and he looked healthy. So that's my 13 weeks. By the way, please look at all my, I think I've dropped something. Please look at the way I've kind of designed and stuck things and did my crafting, because I need a lot of help in the following pages. I don't want to keep doing the same thing, so I might need help with that. That's my 14 weeks. Again, ignore the area where it's blank, because it's going to have my picture in there. I need to develop all of them. That's 14 weeks, so it's 4 months and it's the size of a lemon. I've gone into my second trimester, so I can feel your first kick. Oh my god. Did anyone felt the kick and then thought that some of your organs had dropped or something? That's how I felt. I felt like my organs had just changed places. And when I told my mum started to laugh and say it's the baby. So, but I was terrified. I was really scared. But got used to you now. Again, my mummy making a little socks for the baby. As you can see, it's like a bluish turquoise colour. I'm not that fan of a blue colour, but I do like turquoise and cyan, baby blue. So I just said, Serhat and I really believed that you were a little man inside. Sorry if you're a girl. So we really do, because I really honestly did think that I was carrying a boy, and luckily it did come out true because everything was in blue. So that's my 15 weeks. Again, baby development, more, so what happens, how I feel, my weight, 66 kilogram. Now I fell pregnant when I was 62.7 kilogram. I don't know that in stones. So I've written down here, I have gained 3 kilogram and 3 kilos and 300 grams, perfect weight gain. Because I'm on an average weight, but I don't want to put too much weight on. So I kind of watch what I'm eating, and I've cut down on a lot of sweets. Now, this week has been full of shopping week because I had 2 weddings, 1 registry and 2 hen nights coming up on the following week. One was my best friend's and one was my brother's. And this is the 16th week, which was a bit crazy week because as you can see all those pictures, it was wedding pictures from each ceremony, and it was just crazy. Every day, Monday, Tuesday, like Monday, wedding, Tuesday, hen night, Wednesday, hen night, Thursday, work, Friday, wedding, Saturday, work, Sunday, wedding. So, full crazy week. 17 weeks, again, little notes of what had happened that week, how I feel, again GP week, worries and thoughts, size of the baby's a turnip. And this week was a bit crazy because what happened was I was trying to recover from the wedding week, and also the results, my blood test results had arrived, and I am a thalassemia carrier, so they had to do a blood test on my husband to find out if he also was a carrier, because if he was, then the baby would also be a carrier, 1 out of 4. So that kind of freaked me out, although maybe, I don't know. I don't want to talk about too much because thank God he was not a carrier. So we didn't have to go on to the next stages, which was to get the DNA test from the baby, and it's a long process. So that's that. 18 weeks of pregnancy, again, you can see my little bump there. So many little notes on how I feel, what happened. Daddy tells me that I've been snoring a lot lately. That's just, so pregnancy, you may start snoring because of the extra weight you gain, or just because pregnancy stuffiness. Kicks have gone stronger, although there's kind of a routine now there's kind of a routine to my baby's kicks, where I've realised he wouldn't kick in the morning, and it will start in the late evening. So just when I'm relaxing in bed, that's when I will start feeling the kicks. What I've also started to do each week is have this week's activity. So what I did that week that was my brother's birthday week, so I hosted his birthday. That's the gender reveal there. It's a boy. I was kind of very impatient, so I couldn't wait for my 20-week scan, so I had to go to a private scan to find out the gender. And me and my husband was very happy to find out that we are having a boy. One, because we were right. My feelings were right, and that's him doing thumbs up. Sleeping again, baby always sleeps. So baby boy, beautiful day, how we felt that day, the date and the time of the scan. That's that. Boop! 19 weeks. Again, pictures, this week's activity. Some of the words were missing, so I had to kind of draw them myself. Little notes on my weight, physical and emotional well-being of myself. Vernix caseosa, I don't know how to pronounce that, is now protecting my baby's skin, protecting from the amniotic fluid. Baby development, so, at 19 weeks I started listening to Mozart to help my baby's brain development, and also to kind of calm him down and get him to be familiar with the music, so that when he's born I can just play the music and hope that he can recognise the sound and relax, maybe. So hoping. Just being pregnant, how I've kind of come all the way up to 19 weeks, picking name, we've started picking name, me and my husband, and we've actually found a name, so we're planning to call him Darren. Darren, you can call him. We are going to call him Darren. So, pampering myself, I had a good pampering myself, DIY at home. And baby shower. Thinking whether I should have a baby shower or not. So I'm in the middle. I'm still considering. I don't know. I'm still thinking. So I like the idea of getting together and having a party, but I don't like the idea where you are telling people to buy you a gift. I don't like that. So that's that, and this is last week's, which is the 20th week. A lot in my mind, so I had to write all of them down. Classroom, what I think about reading to my baby and listening to Mozart, and it's kind of about that, what I think. Exercise, yoga, and plenty of walking. I kind of do 1 hour to an hour and a half of walking each day. I try to. Again, this week's activity, I had a nice bathtub kind of relaxation in the bath. Went on a trip, a car trip, a road trip, and again my weight, how I feel, baby development. So that's 20 weeks, and finally 21 weeks, which is I am today. Again, this week will be full-on scan and dentist appointments that I have noted down already. I've left some places blank because it's only the beginning of the week and pictures still missing. So now this section, on the 22nd, 22 weeks, it'll be me and my husband's birthday. So I've kind of started sticking some bits in already, but left it blank so I could do my writing later on. Although now, I don't know, it kind of feels like I've run out of ideas with crafting, so this is where I would need the most help. That's my 23 weeks. I've kind of prepared from now, which I'll just have to stick pictures and writings when it comes to, and I will start doing my birth plan at 23 weeks. That's that. 24 weeks, it's kind of like a greeny bluish theme, and I will start to do the registry plan, so what I plan of what I need to buy for the baby, not exaggerate, and that's it for 24 weeks. Again, size of the baby, so each week I'll have a little picture showing which size the baby is. That's 25 weeks, just purple. Purple is my favourite colour, by the way. Eggplant, baby size of eggplant. Again, 26 weeks. 27 weeks. I don't like this page, seriously. Although, obviously, it hasn't finished yet. But, yep. And that's the end of my scrapbook. So coming closer to these dates, I will then continue making more weeks. But that's it. I hope you've enjoyed looking at my scrapbook. When I first started doing a scrapbook, I tried to look online to see if anybody else had done a scrapbook video for me to get some help. But I couldn't find anybody that had made a YouTube video on how to make a scrapbook or where to start. All I saw was journals, and I don't like journals that much. I like to be a bit scruffy with sticking bits and bobs and doing drawings and writings at the same time. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you can help me making the following pages. I hope I've helped you with how to make a scrapbook and what to include in your scrapbook also. So I'll show you my bump. So